streets of 2012 are marching onward. We forward go, straight through the sun. We are the...
Alright, what up y'all? Shouter here with Trauma, the drummer from the legendary Head PE. Their new CD just came out October 26th, Truth Rising. It is by far probably my favorite Head PE CD.
Thank you.
So,
Thank you very much,
so
man.
good.
Appreciate that.
A couple of my favorites would probably be Murder and Maynina. Those two just stick out so much to me.
Right
I just
on.
love them.
Yeah.
Do you have any personal favorites off the CD?
My personal favorite would have to be Children of the Fall.
That's a very good one
That's
too.
the one I like the most. You know, it's just really heavy. I like the heavier ones. You know, like This Fire, Bad News.
They're all really catchy too. They all just stick in your head. Like
Thanks,
we
man.
just listened to the CD on the way here, and like I can just all the songs are just playing through my head right now.
Well, you know, it's fun, like jamming with these guys. You know, they're really easy to jam with, really easy to meld with. You know, and this was my first album that I recorded with them.
Right.
The first, full-length album. So, there was obviously a little bit of nervousness as far as to how we're gonna mesh and how we're gonna,
Right.
musical chemistry together in the studio. But when we got there, it just flowed so easily. Like it, we felt right at home. And now we're all talking about how excited we are for the next one.
Yeah,
Like,
I honestly can't wait. Just
Yeah.
Head PE just keep getting better and better and better, in my opinion.
Cool. Thank you, man. That means a lot.
Now we saw a music video for No Rest for the Wicked. Can we expect, if there's going to be any other ones?
Good question. We're kind of talking about a few of the different tracks. We're not too sure exactly which video we're gonna do next because of a couple of little kinks, and we're also kind of watching to see which songs, is getting a lot of response. One thing that we're pretty excited about that's pretty nice is that we charted on Billboard Hard Rock at number 7.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
That's up there.
We just found that out yesterday, so that was really cool. And so now we're just kind of like looking at it and make sure that the next single that comes out, the next video or whatever is right along lines with what people are responding well to, I believe.
All right.
That makes the most sense.
How do you think the CD compared to like the older CDs, like the New World Orphans and anything farther back? It's a little bit more.
How it compares? Or how do you mean?
Well, anything, like, because if you definitely look at Head PE from the beginning, there's definitely been a giant change in the music. And
Okay, sure, I see what you're saying.
And like definitely up to like New World Orphans, like
Mm-hmm.
the band has been a little bit more focused on like conspiracies and everything like that. And the Truth Rising is basically a lot of
conspiracy theories,
along with
Right.
New World Orphans.
Well, as far as the lyrical content goes, I'll let you talk to Jared for that one because that will be his department. But one thing that I noticed is that with this particular album, in comparison to the others, is that there are way more guitar leads, and there's a lot of melodies going on, a lot of music driven, and it's really pure. One cool thing that we that we did was that we just like jammed a lot of it together, and a lot of the takes we just kept because it was just so natural, it was spot on, and you got to hear Jackson really gets an opportunity to shine on this album.
He really did.
Which, he's incredible. You listen to this guy, he's got chops for days, dude. He's very tasteful, and so that was one thing that I noticed from listening to the other CDs and then comparing it to this one. A lot more leads, it's a lot heavier, for sure. There's a lot more, I would say, punk rock and metal that you would hear in this in comparison to like a lot of the hip hop, because some of the albums you might hear a little bit more hip hop or different. And this one you'll probably hear a lot more of the metal and punk rock aspects and elements of Head PE.
You guys also do really good on dub, and then you transition over to like a dubby song. You transition over to like a metal.
Absolutely, you look at songs like "It's Alright," which is one on there where we kind of just groove.
We were actually
groove.
We just pulled up listening to that song, and we were actually just discussing this.
Really?
How like there's a lot of mix in the songs. Like it goes from just like it's strictly just instruments, and it can go to like DJ Product. I don't know who makes those, but I know DJ Product probably would.
Well, there are some beats, and actually, I believe Jared puts together a lot.
Does he do like all the like drum machine beats?
The program beats?
Yeah, the program beats.
I'm pretty sure he does most of that, actually, And, and then I'll like layer over some drums, and then obviously when the heavy part comes in, it's drums, that's when we're playing the drums. But, that electronic stuff I believe Jared does. But It's Alright, being an example, which is one of the reasons why I love playing music in this band, is that it's so diverse. It's like when you go to one of our shows you're not just gonna have nothing but metal the whole time.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, which you guys have been to plenty of metal shows, and when you have so many opening bands that are all doing like the similar
Same thing.
thing, by the time you get on, if you're there just to see only metal, it can be kind of boring.
It's
Yeah.
really hard to describe to somebody what Head PE is.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
as we were leaving from our college campus, my friends were asking me, "Oh, what are you doing? Who are you going to go interview?" I'm like, "Oh, it's this band called Head PE." "Oh, what are they?" Like, oh, that's so hard.
It's a
Yeah.
rough
Like,
question.
they're just so diverse. Like with their
Yeah.
music, it's just so hard to pin them down to one genre.
Well, and you can't. That's what's
It's-
cool about it, is you really can't. You know, even though we have like a foundation of like metal and punk rock, like a foundation of that, in one set you'll easily hear just straight reggae beats. You'll
Yeah.
hear straight funk and
Yeah.
straight hip hop.
Yeah, funk
and
is-
you'll also hear some straight punk rock and metal
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
ska and all that good stuff. You know,
Funk
which
got
is,
its shine on this CD. There's quite a bit of funk
there's
in
some
it.
funkiness
Yeah,
going
I
on there.
totally
Absolutely.
dig it.
You know, like on New Secrets and No Lies, you know, where we drop into that kind of like just simple groove, you know, in the background. It's a little bit funky, you know. So I enjoy that.
Speaking of a little bit more funky, like kind of like a Takeover, right? Takeover's a little
Yeah,
has some funk
absolutely.
to it.
There's definitely some funk and a lot of hip hop, you know, involved in there.
With on the Skull and Crossbones CD they got with the pre-order
Mhm.
on that Takeover remix, there was A&B. Did you actually work with
Yes.
them? Did y'all get to meet them and everything? Because
well-
I know y'all are touring them with them right
Yeah,
now.
we're touring with them now. Them in Boondocks. And one thing, you know, they're cool. We really broke down hard on the Bang Pow Boom tour, you know. And
I was there for that too. That
Yeah,
was
you've
incredible.
seen that. It was
I got speared during
awesome.
Renegade. It's
Sorry
okay
about that,
though.
you
It's
know.
okay.
No, but yeah, you know, AMB, Otis and Bones are just like, not only are they really cool dudes, but we also saw how talented they were when they would come up and they would do the track Fuck the World by ICP, and they would come up and do their own track there. So, you know, Jared and I had always been like, wow, you know, it's really cool. And then at the last gathering, I heard that AMB was over there, and I told Jared, I'm like, yeah, dude, fucking Otis and Bones are going to be over there. Let's go check them out. So we went over, and they had this whole after-party deal, and we were just hanging out there just so we can watch them rock out, you know, and then we watched them rock out, and then Jared was saying, we got to get them on the album, you know, and that's kind of like just how it came about, because we knew them prior, really cool dudes, very talented, and as I'm sure you heard on the track, they ripped it up.
They definitely did. Speaking of the gathering, what did you think of this year's gathering? Did you enjoy
Oh
yourself?
my god, this was one of the coolest ones because very challenging, obviously, because we played so late. But I think there's something special and epic about playing Bob Marley while the sun is rising. You know what I mean? That's incredible. You know,
I was at this year's gathering, and honestly, I missed out. You played so early in the morning, and I was just
a
worn
lot
out.
of people were so worn, and you know, that's understandable. But I mean, the people that were there, which it was packed for us either way, and we all had a blast. And as far as how it compared to the last gathering, you know, we played at, I'd say this one was a huge success.
Can we expect you to be at this year's gathering or next year's gathering? Do you think you could probably make it? Or
Still up in the air.
Still up in the air. I mean,
I know that all of us enjoy the gathering, and it's something that we try to be a part of for sure every year. So hopefully they'll have us back. You know?
Now, I have to ask this because this probably gets asked by everyone who played at the gathering. Tila Tequila and Method Man. You heard about that?
Tequila getting what, pelted with
Yeah,
stuff?
yeah.
Oh,
What do you think? What do you think about?
What do I
all
think
that?
about it?
Yeah.
I thought it was pretty funny, to be honest. I'm not sure what I thought about it.
what's
I thought
she
it was
doing
fucking
there?
hilarious.
She just showed up late, and that's from what I'm hearing. Because, like I said, I was asleep during this because that was way too late for me. I was gone.
I don't know. I got a kick out of it.
Yeah.
You know?
I laughed at first. But I mean, like, 'cause I hate Tila Tequila.
Yeah.
But she's got like a lot of negative stuff, and the same thing with Method Man.
Really?
Yeah, Method Man got hit in the face too. Which,
Really?
Yeah.
That's
Well,
just-
you know,
that's
it's kinda
disappointing.
Like, I didn't really hear much about it. I mean, you know, I kind of like heard the words swirling around or whatever. But you know, the thing is you got to understand walking into that type of situation that, you know, okay, right now this is a wild festival. Anything can happen. You know, you just got to kind of go with the flow. You know, I remember we played a show on the Bang Pow Boom tour, and yeah, stuff, you know, was
Even
flying around
ICP
all the
gets stuff
time.
going
You know,
on.
of course.
Yeah, that's just like a
And
festival thing.
And they're throwing stuff back out, so I don't think it's always like a fuck you.
Yeah.
You know, per se. I think it was apparent when Tila Tequila was
I
up
think
there.
it was a
That was
fuck
a
you,
fuck
Tila
you.
Tequila.
What the
But,
fuck's she
you know,
doing there?
like,
Like,
yeah,
And then with Method Man, I don't think it was a fuck you to him. I think he just actually got hit by a stray thing. I think that's honestly, in my opinion, I think that's what it was. 'Cause,
And you
like,
know, stuff, glow sticks, you know, have flown on the stage before.
Yeah.
Weed flies on the stage, which is always a pleasant surprise. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, it happens.
now, are you all based out of California? Do you all grow up in there, or did
not
you?
all
Or
of us. I did. I'm from Orange County. I'm from a place called San Clemente. It's like a little beach town in Orange County, South Orange County. But the band was formed in Huntington Beach.
now with the election just passed, what do you think about the Prop 19 not going through?
Oh, well.
I mean, it was a close
look,
margin.
to all weed smokers out there, has any proposition ever stopped you from smoking weed?
This is
And
very
there's
true.
still medicinal,
And it's
medicinal
still
bud,
you can still go get
easily
your card. It's
available
practically there, very easily available.
next year.
It's not even a big deal. You get a fucking ticket if you have under an ounce anyway. So, I don't know. I wasn't really too big on it. But then again, I'm not allowed to vote, so it doesn't really
You're not allowed to vote?
No, I'm a felon, dude. I can't vote anyway, so it's like, whatever. You guys are
Alright,
doing
yeah.
that? Well, great. Enjoy it. Do whatever you got to do,
Well, I must say, it was very pleasant talking to you.
My
Thank you for this
pleasure, dude.
chance. That fucking train needs
There's
to
a
go
train.
by.
Yeah.
Fuck that train!
Look at the train.
There it goes! Fucking train.
Orlando, Florida, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls.
Yeah, thank you for having us on the bus. Thank you. This has been a pleasure.
And pleasure is mine, dude. I'm glad you can make it up.
Is there anything that you'd like to say to Juggalos, Renegades, anybody who watches this?
I'd like to say just thanks a lot for the support. We really hope you enjoy the new album. Whoop whoop. Much clown love and enjoy your day.
That's straight from Trauma. Whoop whoop. Till next time, much family love.
All right,
Peace.
take care. Trauma happy.
Happy, 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 happy.